One of the biggest issue that's happening in a lot of male psyche is a lot of men are far from righteous. Far from righteous. What's good? What's going on? Masking Post. Welcome to the channel. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share, and share the love. Get the word out. Okay. Um, Unfortunately, I've not been doing videos because I traveled to the motherland. I'm in Africa right now. I'm on a farm, very rural. When I travel, I don't go to the cities too much. I hang out, some off the grid. So that's why there's been a lot of quietness on my side. But let's talk about it. We know that part of being grown is being responsible for your own thoughts, for the most part, and your own actions. And if you get those in line, you get a good outcome. Now, in the olden days, men could make a deal with somebody by just shaking hands and like, hey, you're gonna do this. Okay. Now in my community, there's a lot of men that take other people for granted, like advantage of other people. So it's a known thing. You can never, even if it's a written agreement, you're gonna find yourself having a lot of problems with people because people are just not trustworthy. That's what I mean by far from righteous. A righteous person is gonna do the right thing because it's not based on, oh, am I gonna get caught? Am I, you know, I stand to benefit a whole lot. So I'm finding a lot of people, they've allowed the thoughts of, let's call it unrighteous, right? Wicked thoughts, bad thoughts, that they're not trustworthy. And I feel like this is a progressive regression based on, let's say, you live in a system where somebody did dirt to you. You don't forgive them. So you start to say, okay, I'm going to use the next person as well. Or one of the other things I find that a lot of guys do not have a great deal of self-control, and this is part of because the porn is so readily available. A lot of guys, a lot of songs are just foul, and they don't have any sense of wholeness. Most music is just trash, and if you're consuming that, I think that you don't get to escape with a clean mind. If you're watching porn, listen to bad, terrible music, terrible lyrics. It taints you over time. It scars your sense of wholeness. And this is one thing that people don't know. And I did a video one time to say you got to curate your environment around you. So you got to curate. Just because you're grown doesn't mean you participate in everything. Engaging in certain activities with some toxic people, like certain women who thrive on toxicity, will make you less righteous. And what I mean by righteous, I mean that you're just a wholesome person. You're about your business, and you're not trying to scheme somebody. When you make deals, you'll fulfill your word. You're about yours, okay? So I feel like a lot of men they're not working in their sense of integrity. Just basic integrity. They're triggered. They're emotional responsive, instead of just being logical and stern on their purpose. My friend would say stoic. So I believe that a lot of men are far from their center as a righteous person. If your daddy, do your daddy duties. If your husband, do your daddy duties. But I mean, like, if you do your husband duties, but you cannot just be fluid like the female. And um, a lot of men, they're not having that consistency in themselves, and they're not having a good life. If you are back and forth, you're angry, or you're just reactive to your environment. And I know that the government is doing a whole lot of things in different countries of the world. Governments are not in favor of the people. You can see with inflation and everything else. So men are not centered instead of adjusted. You see what I'm saying? So I believe that overall, there are certain groups of men who will get what I'm saying. I know this message sounds a little cryptic and messy, but certain men will understand that my peace of mind means that I do not watch porn. My peace of mind, it means that I do not engage, I do not listen to certain styles of music because it is not conducive for my imagination, for instance. I do not want to engage with certain type of women because it's toxic. I want to be a person that lives a happy life with or without a woman. My projects, I don't do dirt to get ahead of somebody. I don't need to talk bad about somebody. I need to step on somebody's toes to get ahead. I'm just about my business, and I'm keeping my righteous mind with me. I don't need to be, play dirty. Okay? Hopefully this message is making sense, but I wanted to drop this because it's been on my heart. All right, peace, love, and blessings.